Hi, this is Cathi Coridan. I am a senior real estate specialist at Keller Williams Dallas Metro North. I love working with seniors and I love working with the people that work with seniors. And because of that, I am launching the Senior Moments vlog or video blog. And my very first guest is one of my very favorite people from when I was living up in Washington, D.C. And through his network, I met at least 3 people that referred clients to me. So Steve and I go back a ways, and this is an opportunity to have people that give their mission and their life's work to working with seniors share some of their insights. So Steve, welcome and thank you for joining. If you want to talk a little bit about the before we start, just 20 seconds about the ProAging Community.
Yeah, so Cathi, we have a community called the Positive Aging Community or ProAging Community. You can learn more about it at proaging.com. And what we are is a community of older adults, family members, and professionals that work with older adults. And we come together and we have weekly discussions. We have a Positive Aging Sourcebook that we publish. We have resources on our website, but our main goal is to empower people by bringing this community together to support each other and provide resources.
Awesome. And you do a great job. I really strongly recommend proaging.com for anybody that's listening. To get started, we talked about what are some of the lessons that you have learned, the really important pieces that you want to share about working with seniors and those who support and care for them?
Well, first off, I just feel extremely fortunate to have stumbled into this career path because it's in general the people that are in this field the are wonderful, and then the families and the individuals that we're helping out, they are so open to support and ideas and creativity that it really has been a wonderful experience. And I would say that 9 out of 10 of the people that are in this field, the reason that they were drawn to this field is they might be in one given profession, but then they went through an individual caregiving situation in their family, or they had to do research for a loved one and they realized, wow, you know, I can really make an impact. And that's one of the really neat things about working in this field.
Yeah, that's great. What are some things that people get wrong about both seniors and the folks that work with them?
All right. Well, this is one that I mentioned that we have these weekly discussions, and this is one of the topics that I think is so important, and we're never going to solve this problem, but we all need to be diligent, and that is the problem of ageism. And if you've never heard the term ageism, think about sexism and racism, but associating that with age. Now, a lot of times when people think of ageism, they think of ageism in the workplace, the stories of people that are older and may be discriminated against or sort of looked down upon by younger people in the workplace. But I think what I have found in this topic of ageism that creates misunderstanding is that somehow that older adults are different than the rest of us, okay? And that is a poisonous viewpoint. Now, you can catch yourself falling into ageist traps when you're talking about somebody older and you may refer to them or they as somebody else. Somebody, almost think about it as almost like, okay, they're different because they're older. And so one of the things that I always try to do, and it takes practice, is I talk about that we are making a decision. We are going to move. and you can catch your language. And now the interesting thing, Cathi, is like before we got on this call, you had mentioned you're going to have a birthday coming up here, and actually this is one of the areas where birthdays, especially for those special birthdays over the age of 49, this is one of the areas where you can really have a dialogue and correct people on ageist language. And so I urge you all to think about, like, the next birthday party you go to, and you know how we do that little thing where you pass around the cards. Look at how many of the cards have Black humor associated with it, that are making growing older something other than what it should be, is a celebration of your years.
Yeah.
And if you see these images of rocking chairs or you're over the edge, it's sort of like, now you can kind of have a dialogue. And if you go to the card store and you look at that card rack, just take a look at how much Black humor is there in the birthday aisle. And then what I challenge you to do is go to the graduation aisle, okay? And there's no Black humor in graduation cards. It's all about, this is an exciting new chapter, welcome, this, that, and the other. And that's what birthday cards should look like. And why I'm bringing this up, Cathi, is that this age bias and this ageism, it creeps into all of our life. And then when the time comes that we might have to make decisions because of our health, our mobility, what have you, oftentimes it's really difficult, because we are associating need for assistance with lack of independence and aging, and we've had a lifelong birthday cards and looking at the Black humor and you're too old and all those statements. It's all wrapped up in one, and we wonder why, mom is resistant to, services or support that are quote unquote for older adults.
It's stigmatizing, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that it's that stigma. Yeah.
Right.
So anyways.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that wisdom, because you bring a perspective across a number of different service areas that I think is great. And I'm celebrating the fact with you that we're launching this together. And so thanks for your time. And again, ProAging.com, dozens of phenomenal webinars and conversations that will help folks really begin to understand the grace and the beauty of walking with people that are moving into their years and being able to share and create legacy back with us. So
I love it.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.